Hey guys, how's it going? So what's going on with the ATF's potential reclassification of pistol braces? There was an order last week to take it down, but it appears it hasn't been taken down. And what's going on? Well, I did some research and I have some new information to share with you, and I just want to see what you guys think. So I'm going to walk you through what I just found out. Let me backtrack real quick in case you guys don't know what's going on. So as I reported on this channel, as well as many other channels did, on the 18th, they put up a public comment period for a potential reclassification of pistol braces. See my earlier video if you're not familiar with that. And then, in a turn of events, last week, after we started the public comment period, and there was a letter written by 90 United States representatives telling the ATF and DOJ, back off, cut it out, don't reclassify, and these congressmen were very influential. By the way, before I continue, my representative, Tim Walberg, was one of those 90 congressmen. I just called his office again today and said, thank you, sir, for objecting to the ATF's reclassification. However, I'm concerned that it seems they haven't taken it down off the Federal Register's website yet. So I would encourage all of you to call your congressman, especially if they're one of the 90. But hold on a second. I'm going to share with you guys something I noticed. Now, there's not going to be a complete conclusion here, but I think this is definitely something worth noting that I've not seen covered yet. So let's go through this real quick. So we're going to go over to the Federal Register's website, and I'll leave a link to this down in the description. And this is the actual page for the objective factors for classifying weapons with stabilizing braces. And we can see it's published on 12/18. And it says this document has a comment period that ends in 5 days. And then there's a link here to submit a formal comment. Okay. So it appears everything's still up, like nothing happened. Like they totally ignored the withdrawal that was put out on the 23rd. Or did they? Because here's what I noticed. It seems to me when I was on here a couple days ago, it said there were 71,885 public comments. Well, I'm going to hit refresh right now so you guys can see. And look, there's still 71,885 public comments. Now, you can call it sandbagging, call it whatever, but I was kind of holding off till the last couple of days to submit my comment, just to see how this was all going to shake out. And if you guys haven't left a comment, I still urge you to, because we don't know exactly what's going on. But here's what's interesting. I submitted a comment at 2:49 p.m., which is just like an hour ago. And today is the 30th of December, 2020. And I'm going to show you guys real quick. Let me transition back over here. Here's the email confirmation that I got. Okay. Basically, your comment has been submitted on regulations.gov. Your comment has been sent for review. This process is dependent on agency public submission, blah, blah, blah. Agency ATF. Document ID ATF 2020-001001. And here's my comment I'm going to share with you guys. My comment's brief because I believe that they either want to know if you're for them reclassifying it or not. And I don't think that typing extremely long things really helps accomplish it. But if you feel that you need to type 15 pages, that's your prerogative. So mine's short and sweet and to the point. And I told them I do not support any new classification. Federal law is clear on defining a pistol. Clearly, braces do not meet the definition of a stock. Braces help disabled people, and this new classification would only hurt law-abiding people. Now, I redacted it just for my privacy, but they gave me a tracking number where I can track. There's my comment, and you can see the time, 2:49 p.m. All right, I'm going somewhere with this, so check this out. It said there were 71,885 comments before I submitted mine. I'm like, it didn't go up one? What's going on? So I hit refresh again. Let's go back over here. And I'll hit refresh one more time. Now, it seems to me it's been at 71,885 for a few days. Here's where it gets interesting. Let's read this disclaimer first, because this matters. It says, this count refers to the total comment submissions received on this document as reported by regulations.gov. Agencies review all submissions and may choose to redact or withhold certain submissions or portions thereof. Submitted comments may not be available to read until the agency has approved them. So, okay, there's a little bit of a delay. But this number's been up here for a few days. So let's click on this and go to the actual comments where we can read them. So we're back to objective factors. We're still on the same letter. And I noticed the first comment. Comment on FR Doc NA. Okay. And this was submitted on the 18th. That was the day it opened. And this person, I'm not going to read all these, but this person started off by saying the ATF, once again, is attempting an unconstitutional attempt at gun control and regulatory overreach. Any proposed law, rule change must be brought before the Congress with legitimate reasoning and time for review. As Americans are and proud of this great republic, we count on you to fulfill your oaths as federal agents. So there's a comment that somebody left, right? All right, let's go back to the list of comments. So, okay, they have to review them. They're a little bit behind. But here's where it gets curious. 18th, 18th, 18th. Let's use the sort feature. Let's go from the newest to oldest. All right? It just so happens to be the newest comment on here is December 23rd. Now, when I was on here last week before the 23rd, like when I was on here on the 20th, they were showing stuff from the 18th. When I was here all the way up to the 23rd, they were showing them in order. There's actually been no comments that have been approved or gone through since the 23rd. Now that happens to be the date that they put out the letter saying they were withdrawing this. So here's my guess. Could it be that they did indeed withdraw it? The website's still up. Since they started the public comment, they have to let it tick out, but they're not counting comments anymore because this particular letter is indeed a dead issue. I don't know for sure, but I think this little research I did does mean something because this isn't a coincidence. Now, if it had randomly stopped on the 24th, we could say, well, they're just a few days behind, 6 days behind. What if it had stopped on the 22nd? Then we could say, well, maybe they're just 8 days behind. I don't think so, because before the 23rd, they were usually only about a day behind on updating these comments that you could see after they went through the comment review process. All of a sudden, it's a cold, hard stop. The newest comment that shows on here is from December 23rd. Now, we can go into custom dates, and we can select that we're going to start from the 24th, the day after the withdrawal letter was issued, saying we're withdrawing the reclassification. Let's start there, and let's go all the way to today's date, the 30th. Nothing? Let me make sure I did that right. So we're going from the 23rd to the 30th. There we go. From the 23rd to the 30th. Apply. And we have posted on the 23rd. Okay? Sorting by newest to oldest. Let's go back and do one more. Okay, so they were still counting them on the 23rd. Now keep in mind, this withdrawal letter came out after business hours, like in the evening on the 23rd. So let's just change one date here and say from the 24th and continue on till today, the 30th. No results containing your search terms were found. Look, guys, I don't trust the ATF. I don't trust the person that was withdrawing it from the ATF. I don't trust any of these people at all. And if you follow this channel, you know that. Does it mean we should give up the fight? No. So as I just showed you, I just submitted a comment today, even after I did all of this research. But the number of the comments didn't go up after I commented. Certainly, somebody would have commented in the time of this video. And we'll go back and hit refresh again. And I would also note there's been no comments that are actually published on here after the 23rd, which, again, after business hours is when it was withdrawn. So, look, we always need to be a little bit paranoid of these people. We need to stay vigilant. Call your congressman, all of the congressmen, especially if it was one of the 90. Submit your comment. I just did both. But could it be that they actually did withdraw this, okay? And They're just letting the clock run out, and then it's a moot point because it was withdrawn. I think it's something worth mentioning, and I don't think anybody truly knows exactly what's going on here. However, I haven't seen anybody bring this angle up, and I thought, well, maybe we should talk about this, the fact that nothing's been posted. I'm going to hit refresh one more time before I get out of here. Still at 71,885. And I can prove at least one person submitted one because it's me, and you can see the relevant timestamp on this email confirmation that I just did. Now look, if indeed this is truly a victory and they truly did withdraw it, we need to take that positive energy and we need to push forward for the next pistol brace reclassification, because it'll probably be coming later. The 80%ers, just anything you can think of. It's all on the table now. Anything's possible with the ATF, especially if the presidency changes hands here soon, according to the AP and according to YouTube. There's going to be a lot that happens, especially coming up here on the 5th and 6th. There's going to be a lot more of them coming for our guns. I have no doubt. But I don't think we should be so quick to say that the withdrawal letter meant nothing and they didn't do anything, because by my little bit of research I just showed you, it appears a lot did actually come to a halt mysteriously after the 23rd, which that letter was written on the 23rd after business hours. And I'll update you guys on my stream this Friday night and every Friday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll see if I'm still hitting refresh for the next couple days and the numbers haven't changed and no new comments have come up. I don't think we can completely ignore that. So let's not trust the ATF and say, hey, the ATF's our friend, they're going to withdraw it to be nice, because most certainly we know that's not true and that would be naive. But let's not get too paranoid and say they've done nothing, the withdrawal letter did nothing, when I'm actually seeing evidence that could prove to the contrary of that too. I'm sure you guys have lots of opinions on this. Some of you will say, hey man, you had a good point. Some of you will say, dude, you're totally nuts. Look, this is just an opinion that I hadn't seen put out there yet, and I tried to show you guys some proof, and I encourage you guys to still write your letter, still call your congressman, and you can go in here and hit refresh from time to time and see if you see anything new popping up, because I've seen it all grind to a halt since we saw that withdrawal letter after business hours on the 23rd. Alright guys, you guys all take it easy. If you have any positive energy, just enjoy yourself, save it up, and get ready to be determined for the next fight that we know is coming. Alright, thanks for watching, and have a good one, and have a happy new year.